What's going on, y'all? We are about to check out Hunter Cry Alone, aka use your girlfriend as a human shield. That's what he do. That's what he do. If you haven't heard, go and check out my old videos. His girlfriend's ex tried to come in with the blammy, with the pew pew, and he was like, "No, don't hurt me," and grabbed his girlfriend and hid behind her, and then decided to record it so he could try to get his fans to pay for a new apartment. Such a loser. Anyway, let's check out him crying about Trump winning. Like, that's what I'm assuming he's about to do. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Right. Yeah. No.
It is true. Donald Trump really did win a second term in the White House. And I think there's a lot of people that are very surprised. I know there's also a lot of people that really desperately want to see me coping and crying and pooping myself and acting like it's the end of the world, when all along I always said, hey, one, do not underestimate Donald Trump, because the polls were wrong before. And two, I never made any bold predictions. Not one. Not once did I say anything like, mark my words, Kamala Harris will be president, or anything like this. It was just simply, yeah, I liked Kamala Harris. I felt like she had a decent platform. There were a lot of things she did wrong still, but I felt like she offered a better option than Trump and Biden for sure. And yeah, I was disappointed to see her lose, but that's about it. Recently, my comments have been flooded with a bunch of delusional dodo birds chirping nonstop about how Trump won the election.
It's probably because you've done like thousands of anti-Trump videos. Now you're going to just act like, I swear, I hate these smug woke losers. But I'm not going to complain, you ain't going to see me cope. Meanwhile, you've done mad Trump hate videos. Yes, people expect you to be crying. You kind of are right now. You kind of are. With that ugly ass sweater. What is that? Bubble wrap, nigga? What is it? It look like the junk you put on the walls when you're trying to block out acoustics in the studio. Like, what is that made of?
That's Trump won the election. As if I'm crying or coping, or as if I made some big bold predictions. Again, I never did any of this. Now, there's a lot of questions about how this happened exactly. How did Kamala Harris lose to Donald Trump? Now, there's a lot of nuances here, and I'm sure that there are a lot of factors that play a role that have not yet been accounted for. However, I have done a little bit of research and found some decent information as to why Kamala Harris potentially lost to Donald Trump. So this article goes into some details as to why Kamala Harris potentially lost the election. And something that
he just said he wasn't going to cope. He just said he wasn't going to cope. Take the L, bro. Trump won. What you going to do about it?
I see brought up time and time again repeatedly as to what could have very well cost her the election is when she sat down with The View, and when she was asked, what would you do different than Joe Biden? She said, quote, not a thing comes to mind. You shouldn't say that when right now Americans everywhere are struggling with the economic fallout from COVID. And although the economy was improving, it still is, Americans are still struggling because of the economy. So I think that was one of her biggest mistakes that she made on the campaign trail. Biden dropped out of the race. He had a terrible debate performance. And then Harris was anointed to the top of the ticket. She began her 100-day campaign promising a new generation of leadership, rallying women around abortion rights, and vowing to win back working-class voters by focusing on economic issues, including rising costs and housing affordability. And even though she had a lot of momentum and she had quite a lot of celebrity endorsements and whatnot, she just couldn't shake the anti-Biden sentiment that had permeated much of the electorate. The president's approval rating has consistently hovered in the low 40s throughout his 4 years in office, while some 2/3 of voters say they believe the U.S. is on the wrong track. About 3 in 10 voters said their family's financial situation was falling behind, an increase from about 2 in 10 4 years ago. 9 in 10 voters were very or somewhat concerned about the price of groceries. Although Harris tried to spend the home stretch of her campaign underlining that her administration would not be a continuation of Biden's, she failed to clearly outline her own policies, often skirting around issues instead of addressing perceived failures.
The price of groceries has been crazy. Some oil, bro, to get some cooking oil, you know how much that costs? I actually feel like I want to go grocery shopping probably today. Maybe after I finish the stream. I know y'all probably sitting there like, BX, we don't want to hear about your grocery list. Was it not more interesting than whatever Destiny Jr., my bad, Hunter Cry Alone, whatever he's saying right now? Nigga, I could talk about paint drying and it'll be more entertaining than whatever the hell he's talking about. Let's call a spade a spade.
head on. I also noticed that. Again, I supported Kamala Harris. I voted for Kamala Harris. But in some of her interviews, I did notice that she didn't really give super substantial answers. I mean, again, we're comparing her to Donald Trump. So Donald Trump never gives substantial answers. So it seems as though already the bar is much higher for Harris than it was for Trump. But even so, it is true that she really kind of failed to give a lot of clear answers. And a lot of the times she took up the speaking time to instead criticize Trump and attack Donald Trump, which is effective. That's obviously an effective method. However, you need more than that. And when you already have Biden's baggage, and then you said you wouldn't do anything differently, and now you're trying to say, actually, you would, it's just going to be incredibly difficult to sway voters at that point. The former California prosecutor leaned into her law enforcement record to prosecute the case against the former president. But her campaign opted to ditch Biden's core argument that Trump posed an existential threat to democracy, prioritizing a forward-looking, joyful message about...
I'm going to respond to the chat in case you're watching a replay. This might have nothing to do with nothing. I ain't doing no music reactions. You must be new. No, I don't do music reactions unless it's donation music reactions, right? But other than that, nah, I'm cool.
Protecting personal freedoms and preserving the middle class. In the final stretch, however, Harris made a tactical decision to again highlight the dangers of a second Trump presidency. This is another...
If you're wondering, damn, BX, where do you live stream? Twitch. I think I'm gonna try to dedicate my streaming to Twitch for a while and try to build that up. Why not? I feel this is gonna be harder because I'm more known on YouTube platform, but I don't care.
Another one by Rolling Stone, why Kamala Harris lost. Democrats lost a winnable election to a racist orange makeup-wearing carnival barker despite his immorality and ridiculous corruption. However, there was the Harris campaign's decision to run a safe campaign from Democrats' favorite failed playbook, be like Republicans. There was a refusal to break from Biden over his support for Israel's war in Gaza. However, the most likely explanation for why Harris lost is a very simple one. Americans are dissatisfied with the economy. Exit polls and other survey results coming out of the 2024 election are incredibly clear that this contest was, as is often the case, about the economy. Edison Research exit polls show that 2/3 of voters believe the state of America's economy is poor or not so good. So ultimately, because of the brutal economy, and because Kamala Harris is still associated with Biden and people blame Biden for the economy, they opted against Harris as well. And like I said, there are other factors as well. There's no way of right now going about proving that it's because of sexism necessarily, but I'm sure that sexism played a role. And not to mention, this is another indication of why intersectionality is so important, because we know already that there's a good chunk of Americans that are sexist, that don't believe that women can lead and whatnot. And now, when you look at a bunch of Americans that are dissatisfied with the economy, it intersects with a bunch of Americans doubting that a woman...
What is he even I'm not gonna cry. Make excuses. That's all this nigga is doing. I know you came here thinking that I was gonna, whatever we thought you was gonna do, you're making every excuse in the world. You think people didn't vote for Kamala because she was a woman? How about because she's fake? How about because she's a phony, nigga? How about that? Like, what's wrong with him? I truly don't understand. What is wrong with this guy?
Has the capability to improve this broken economy. But yeah, surprisingly enough, Kamala Harris lost. Congratulations, America. You elected your first felon as president before your first woman. I feel like that friend of somebody that just keeps going back to their abusive ex. And I'm just like, no, please don't. Please look forward. There is hope. The light is at the end of the tunnel. And they're just like, maybe this time they'll be different. Now, there are also some rumors and some...
The crying is crazy. Is he really crying, bro? Like full-fledged. This is hilarious, actually.
Myths circulating about, you guessed it, election fraud. That's right. Even when Donald Trump wins, they're still coping about election fraud. The claim...
The only person coping is him. And also, I hate when people talk about that, especially on YouTube, right? I really do. If I had an editor, I would have told him to cut that. Hey, anyone who's not trying to charge an arm and a leg, that edit, hit me up, okay? We could do some great business together. But editors be wanting to get paid more than content creators. Like, like how much? $2,000 for one video? Like, I can do it myself. You just save me a little bit of time. Like, but you want like $5 billion for one video?
Basically is this. Joe Biden won approximately 20 million more votes in 2020 compared to Vice President Kamala Harris. That proves that Trump cheated his way to a second term, or it proves that there was
I hate when people talk about that, fam. Trump won. Like, let's not even get into the cheat or no. He won, nigga. Just it is what it is. Take your L. Hold that. You should have been held that L to your forehead after your wife left you and tried to inbox me. And wait, it happened before. She inboxed me and then she left you. I tried to warn you. I told you she wanted someone that had BX. You want to listen.
Widespread voter fraud 4 years ago. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. I've actually heard this BS peddled by members of my own family. The claims are unfounded, however. Votes from Tuesday's presidential election are still being counted, so any comparison with previous races would not be.
So when I said your family don't even like you, I was telling the truth once again. BX don't lie.
Accurate. In addition, election officials and agencies monitoring the votes have reported no significant issues with Tuesday's election. Multiple Pennsylvania officials said they have not seen any signs of cheating and called the election secure, after Trump said in Truth Social that there was a lot of talk about massive cheating. Posts circulating online are still receiving hundreds of thousands of likes and shares, spreading misinformation. So again, they're literally looking at election results like a couple hours after an election has been called and comparing that to election results from 4 years ago. Election results that have included counting everybody's vote, provisional votes, every vote that may have had some questions related to it, everything being counted. You're comparing that number with the amount of votes counted just enough so to be able to call the race. And of course, a lot of people are asking me, what do I think is going to change? I don't know right now. And I've realized as well that this election...
Nobody asked you that. Nobody actually likes you. Your supporters are people that just want to hear a cosign or whatever bull crap they believe. No one asked you that. How's your wife? Your ex-wife. How's she doing?
Has made even more apparent to me my privilege in a way, because Trump winning the election, I have not really thought much about, to be honest. People are asking, like, how are you doing, Hunter? They're saying, like, Trump winning broke Hunter. No, it didn't. I'm having a hard time actually remembering and caring, but that's partially because I'm a straight white guy.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, let me address the first point. You don't care, so you're making a video about it. All right, I feel you. You didn't care, so you made mad video, like a bunch of videos about Trump. Okay. Yeah, sure. We believe you. Like, we believe you. Like, he's truly crazy.
I'm at no risk for fucking anything. Okay? I'm good. I'm in the clear. However, when I take a step back and take my head out of my ass and take a step out of this selfish headspace and realize that there are minority groups that are not so...
Yeah, that was the second point. So are you saying that straight white men shouldn't have an opinion? That sounds so crazy, bro. That sounds nuts. Like, truly, that sounds nuts.
Fortunate. There are minority groups that are now in serious danger, or they might be in serious danger when Trump officially takes over the presidency. So right now, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to start, again, making silly predictions that might or might not come true. I will say this much, though. Donald Trump did not improve the economy when he was elected in 2016. The economy was already good. Trump took over a good economy and actually kind of fucked it up with his ridiculous tax cuts, his tariffs, and his failure to act.
Cap. So we ain't gonna put no responsibility on Biden. This nigga, he started this off saying he wasn't gonna go crazy and cope, and then he coping. This nigga is the biggest cope of existence.
Act accordingly when it came to COVID. So I do look forward to 4 years
from saying the C word or just freely, bro.
Now, asking conservatives and Republicans, how do you feel about Trump? How do you feel now? Did the price of groceries really go down? Did inflation really go down? I don't know. We'll have to see. But if we're going to go based on history, Donald Trump has failed to do that before. So I'll be shocked if he's able to somehow do it this time. Even more so.
You failed as a man. You failed as a father. You failed as a husband. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Failure talking to the president, trying to call him a failure is nuts. You're the failure, sir. It's you. You're the person that failed. That's just what it is.
So I'm curious how the middle class that voted for Donald Trump is going to feel. If the middle class is more than likely going to experience a temporary hardship due to Donald Trump's presidency. And you don't have to take my word for it. No, you can take Elon Musk's word for it.
I would never take your word for it.
Yeah, that necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
So maybe it'll increase long-term prosperity somehow, but the temporary hardship is kind of a necessity. Also, I like this person's comment. We've been in temporary hardship for 7 years. Oh, it's true. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how the middle-class Republicans will feel after they have completed going through their temporary hardship, as Elon Musk put it. But what I will say is this: just like Kamala Harris, if she were elected, would not be expected to magically fix America, I think we need to be realistic in remembering that Donald Trump is not going to just magically be able to destroy America. Now, of course, he can do some serious damage to this country, and that's what we really need to be concerned about. However, at the end of the day, try not to give out hope, and certainly don't become black-pilled. Don't go off the deep end. Keep a realistic perspective. Yeah, things aren't looking so great at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. And I see somebody in chat right now saying, Hunter, you sound like a soy male. What happened to you? Where's your proof some folks will be in danger? And of course, we'll go over that right now. And that is actually because since Donald Trump has won, we've already seen an increase, actually, when it comes to nasty rhetoric spewed at women. Your body, my choice. Women are facing a barrage of deeply misogynist.
I almost looked over there like it was the office. I thought a camera was looking at me. Let me do it this way. What's wrong with him? Like, I don't. So that is Trump's fault if they have an opinion. Like, in all honesty, right? I don't believe a word that he says. Since Trump won, misogynist. Shut up, nigga. You used a woman as a human shield. You can't tell me nothing, right? Shout out to all my female supporters. How you doing? What's up? What you do today? You was chilling? Okay, better grind. Better get on that grind. I see you.
Comments online following Donald Trump's U.S. presidential election victory. Women have reported that men are writing "Your body, my choice" on their social media posts, among other troubling reproductive rights remarks. The slogan "My body, my choice" was originally popularized by feminists, yada yada.
Cap. Like, can you prove this? So your proof of how things have gotten worse or violent or whatever is some botted comments that you can't even prove that wasn't the content creator trying to boost their popularity. Some mean comments, words, nigga, words.
Yada yada.
You need to hurry up.
And then Nick Fuentes, of course, jumps into the mix, tweeting "Your body, my choice, forever." Again, not only is that incredibly fucking disgusting and creepy, also it really just speaks volumes to.
So go after him. So give your opinion about him. How are you blaming Trump for that? That's so crazy.
How much of a terminal virgin Nick Fuentes really is. Like, I honestly think the reason he's all excited about this "your body, my choice" thing is because a woman has never offered him her body consensually. He doesn't understand it. Another influencer had to delete a video because she was being threatened. Several men were commenting saying they couldn't wait until she got raped, or they were saying "your body, my choice." Pretty disgusting. Even more so, again, for talking about where people are in danger. There's a lot more here at stake than just some mean comments on.
What does got to do with Trump? What does this? Let me just finish.
Even more so, the number of OBGYNs and abortion clinics are shrinking. Maternal mortality rates are on the rise. Infant mortality rates are on the rise. And physicians in some states are at a risk of criminal penalties should they provide abortions. So your pro-life nonsense is actually leading to more death on infants and on the mothers delivering those children. So that's just one of the ridiculous outcomes of this election. If you want to support the channel, please.
No, I definitely don't want to support you in any way, shape, or fashion, sir. I'm gonna have to edit the heck out of this video. This dude's a loser. Right? Just nothing has changed. He's always gonna be like that. That's just who he is. I don't know how you blame Trump for that stuff at the end. That was just ridiculous, but that's my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Whoa. Whoa. What? What is on his biscuit?